Well, I don't really know. I'm trying to think of something to rap about. I'm not exactly super hyped right now. Um, I spend a lot of my mental energy just cleaning my apartment. It's really hard for me to learn how to do that. I fought against my parents, mostly my mother. Fought against my mother cleaning my apartment so much when I was a kid. So yeah, I don't necessarily have the mentality. It's like I have the skills to clean my apartment. It doesn't take that much skill. It's just that it takes a lot of work, and I don't have the uh, how should I put mentality to put that much work into it. Um, so yeah, fortunately, I don't have that much willpower to put into it. It's not as easy as if I had learned to do it as a kid. So, anything else I can talk about? Well, having a rough day today. I'd like to go to the park. I'm afraid of going to the park because of what happened a couple weeks ago, last week, I guess. Um, Having the police called on me for basically just being a guy in the park. I was wearing a chicken head, yeah, but I mean, I've worn the costume heads in there, even the chicken head there many times before, and there have been any problems before, so I'm afraid of something like that happening again. So, yeah, there's that. Um, I don't have therapy tomorrow. My therapist is in training, I think, all week. So it'll be the Monday after. So I'll talk about that in the video. I'll talk about my therapy. Um, Anything else? Oh, I keep forgetting to water Paul. What else is there? I guess I'm going by what David Goggins said about focusing on one thing at a time. Right now, my main focus is clean my apartment for the inspection. That's the thing that I've got to do first, just because there's a time limit on it. So that means wiping stuff down, scrubbing stuff, doing the dishes, throwing stuff away. It also means getting rid of some stuff, organizing things, um, looking at videos on the organization, trying to figure out what it means to be organized for me. Main thing for me, I gotta remember, is take care of things right away and care about where things go. Because a lot of it is I don't care where things go. Uh, I was looking up this one video. I can't remember whom the YouTuber is, but he says he has autism. He mentioned that, yeah, sorry, my hair's a little sweaty. I was walking around in costume outside, um, cheering people up, trying to get outside and have some sun. They cheer me up. But yeah, he said that being in a messy apartment, or I guess messy home, a messy room, messy bedroom, anyways, when you are autistic, can make you depressed because you're overstimulated. So that's one thing to think of. I gotta look over there. There's this mess by the door, stuff I need to take care of. There's some mess in the kitchen. There are blankets loosely piled up on the couch where I sleep. Over here is stuff that needs to be organized. Got some the like geisha dolls. I can get rid of some of them. Get some bookends, which I don't know if I want to keep them or not. Got some protein powder there. I can put in the kitchen, in one of the cupboards. Yeah, I got a little bit of trash, not so much, but it's been worse. Got some laundry to do. It's coming along though. So I'm making a lot of progress. Anything else? It's gonna rain soon, probably. So probably not gonna go outside for a little bit. What else is there? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should try the Pomodoro technique again of cleaning, where I focus on cleaning for 25 minutes at a time. and take a 5-minute break in between the 25-minute periods. That way I could train myself to increase my, attention span to 25 minutes, and also to just actually do some significant work. So, yeah. Anything else I can think of? I could try to-do lists. I could try to-do lists of the days. I work with one of my staff members, a behavioralist, for my goals. Try to outline my goals, as far as what I want to do, what I need to do, and stuff like that. Actually, let me see it here. Let me see this. Let's see this. It's Italian. I'm wondering with this book right here, how far I can get in Italian. Let's see now. Actually, I wonder how far I can get in this book with words. Like if I memorize all the words. Actually, yeah, I wonder how far I can get with Italian, just to be certified in Italian, get a certificate saying I'm at such and such level. But yeah. What else is there? We got Mandarin here. Let's see now. I actually want to try something. You can try learning 5 words a day in a language, and let's see now. How many days left are there in the year? Hey Google, how many days are left this year?
According to Epic Converter, day of the year is a number between 1 and 365. January 1st is day 1. After today, 195 days are remaining in this year.
Okay, so there are 195 days. So if I multiply that by 5, what is 5 times 195?
5 times 195 is 975.
So I'd have about 1,000-word vocabulary by January 1st. If I do 5 a day and I learn one grammar rule a day. So I could learn like 195 grammar rules, and well, I could know like almost 1,000 words by the end of the year. So yeah, that would be pretty cool. But what else is there? But I can't really focus on the Italian right now until my apartment's clean. That's the problem. So I won't really know the 1,000 words. So even then, certification, probably the nearest place I can go is actually Chicago. So I can't really go to Chicago from here very easily. It'd be a big trip, so I'd have to go with the company that helps me with my disability. And it how should I put it? The company that helps me with my disability, and it has they do trips to Chicago sometimes. It does like a trip to the Field Museum. It does. I do it for other things too in Chicago. I don't know, is the Shed Aquarium in Chicago? I think it is. But they do trips to Chicago, and I talked about it with one of my staff members. There's grants for people that have disability at ARC. There's money for them to have something called a meaningful day, which is money that a client can apply to have transportation and some other money allotted for them to have a day, basically it's like rent a van and get them to a little ways out of town to have something significant happen. So we probably couldn't get me to go to Chicago by myself, but it's not out of the realm of possibility that if we went to had a group of people go to Chicago for the Field Museum, that we couldn't take me off to get tested in a language somewhere else while the other people are at the Field Museum. So that's what my staff said. So there's that possibility. Anything else? Actually, I think I wonder if I should announce anything on Discord if I'm about to go live. So, I mean, I've got so many things I'm trying to do at once. That's a problem, I guess. But yeah, I guess I got water pollen. That's hard to remember to do. So it's like, if I can't even remember to water a plant very well, can I really expect to be taking care of an animal that well? And I'd like to get a bearded dragon, but it's kind of like, can't really expect to take care of an animal if I can't take care of a plant. I mean, Paul's not dead, thankfully, but Paul needs water. And to be rotated because he's growing on one side like this, and that needs to be turned around. I'm still working on the hotel over there, across the street. Looks like they're going to build an ice cream shop in the lower part. So, wonder what they're going to think when I walk by every now and then in a costume. Astrodox. But yeah, I wonder what they're going to think when I walk by the hotel in a costume. I mean, I walk by other hotels in a costume and no one ever says anything, so. What else is there? Well, this is actually good practice because knowing how to talk continually actually will help me to be able to rap continually, because I will not want to rap about things that are basically just around me. I will actually want to just rap things that I'm actually going to be saying permanently. I want to keep talking, and I will want to just keep, saying what I want to say, not just, talking about my life, talking about what's going on, not just talk about like, oh, there's a book on the shelf, there's a green blanket over there, I mean, something like that. And I don't want to do what other rappers, freestylers do, which is they will think of a word they want to rhyme, and they think of what word to say before they rhyme that word. Hey, is that Russo or Ruskil? I guess it depends on the language. But I want to be like, I want to be different than rapper. They say, because when they tell you to freestyle, they tell you to rhyme the second word, where you think of a word you want to use, and then you rhyme a word to that. I actually want to do backwards, and that's what's going to make me a better freestyler. Is I'm going to train my mind to be so adept at just adjusting, or what's the word I'm looking for? What is the word I'm looking for? See, this is helping me think of the spot, but not just adjusting, but adapting. That's what I'm looking for. adapting. My mind is so good at adapting that I think of a word and then I rhyme a word to that word, or I think of a half rhyme for that word. Just in that split second, just like that, without losing a beat. That's how good I want to make my mind adapt. But yeah, I don't want to just. And actually, what's strange? What's probably going to be a weird thing that's going to make me a better rapper? It's going to make me a better rapper. Is It's going to sound strange. It's going to be like a nerd. But actually, reading will actually make me a better rapper because reading makes you use your brain. It helps you focus, and it actually increases your vocabulary. Like Eminem, he'd read the dictionary. Okay, that's how he got it. But he'd read the dictionary specifically. Reading in general, especially higher level books, will, you know, introduce you to new words and introduce you to grammar in a way. It will introduce you to a way that of using words that you may not have thought of. Like, for instance, English. This is more for Mary Jane, and I will talk about this probably on Saturday, next Saturday, assuming I'm okay. Probably gonna have to stock up on some coffee so I can wake up in the morning and feel better. But uh, yeah, like yesterday I wasn't feeling so well. So, but English has words that adapt. Like there are adverbial adjectives. There's adverbs. There's adjectives. Adjectives modify a noun or pronoun, and then there's adverbs which modify a noun, adverb, or adjective. Then there's adjectives that act as adverbs called adjectival adverbs or adverbial adjectives. Excuse me. And then there's adverbs that act as adjectives called adjectival adverbs. So yeah, there are words like that kind of change around. So there, with grammar, you can actually do a lot of things. And then even in rap, there's a lot of relaxed grammar where you can uh, have poetic license. Like Eminem used the word insaneness instead of insanity. So he rhymed the word brainless with insaneness instead of using the word insanity because insanity wouldn't work. So that's the poetic license with rap. You can use, hey there, hey freaky deaky. So you can use in rap. You can use relaxed, um, relaxed grammar. Like you can make new words. Like I would say misanthropic instead of this word. I'd say misanthropistic instead of misanthropic because it rhymes with autistic, and a lot of people would know the word is misanthropic. But that's what I would use. Hold on a sec. But yeah, actually, I have an idea for. I guess you can find inspiration for your. When you're an artist, you can find inspiration for your art and anywhere in your life. Something I'll do a video about is short video about is basically one way I know I'm ugly is when I wear my animal heads. I see there are women out there in the cat call me from cars. Actually, they'll actually cat call me from cars. And when I have no mask on, they flee from my face. Not every woman flees from my face. That's true, but there are random women in Walmart of all places which that will actually flee when they see my face. So yeah. What else is there? I tried playing Age of Empires 2 HD earlier. Didn't do so well. No, no, I'm just ugly to some women, I guess. I don't know. I don't have to change this chair position. I'll have to move the chair away from here at the store because I'm not supposed to have the store here um, when I rent. I'm not supposed to have the store here. Part of the rent agreement, I guess. So I'm probably gonna have to move it over here by this shelf. I mean, it's kind of like I would put it over here and just film over here, but the window's right there, so that would not do good the camera. I don't really think there's any other good place for it. Except for maybe I could get blackout curtains. That might work. Get blackout curtains completely over that. That might work. Yeah, that could work. Actually, you know what? I think if I move those books there, because I have some books right there, and like two short shelves I made of cinder blocks and boards, right? Cinder blocks and boards. If I get rid of some of those books, pick rid of some books, uh, move books around, I can put my synthesizer over there. I mean, you could probably buy blackout curtains. I'll see if you can buy some on Amazon real quick. Check Amazon. But you can buy blackout curtains. Hey, get a haircut? No, I didn't get a haircut. This is just it's just a little wet from sweat because I was outside in my costume making people laugh again. Thermal curtains? Yeah, you can buy blackout curtains. They're like $20. Yeah, they're like $20. Yeah, they're like $20. Yeah, yeah, $20. You can buy blackout curtains on Amazon, and there are different dimensions too. You can get so. Hey, has anyone else ever like gotten a second item so they don't have to pay free ship? They don't have to pay shipping on an item at for an item on Amazon. Has anyone else ever done that? They bought something so they don't have to pay extra for shipping. I've actually done that and saved money. Isn't that strange? I've saved money by getting a second item because I didn't have to pay for shipping. Yeah, I've actually done that before. I got like a pack of rubber chickens, mini rubber chickens, because I would actually save money by getting that instead of paying for shipping. Well, the only thing is some of the stuff I get, some of the things I get, it's easier to get on Amazon because, how should I put it? Some things I get are hard to come by or are, um, how should I put it? You have to come from a trusted source. Um, yeah, like basically, if I want to get accessories from Arhu or get a basically a world type instrument, like an Eastern instrument, a lot of times you have to go to a company that's in another country, and a lot of times they're either not reputable because they scam you, or they're not accredited by in the U.S. called the Better Business Bureau or the BBB. So you're really risking your money. Whereas with Amazon, everything's verified. So, or most things are verified. So it's much safer to do it on Amazon. Yeah, I'd imagine so. Um, Something interesting though. There's a CBD shop here in town, a CBD store. They've got like two stores, I think, here. They said their um, prices are actually lower than online. So, yeah. It still would be hard for me to afford it because um, it's like $100 a bottle and it's supposed to last a month. So it's a bit hard for me to afford that. Plus, it's like, how do I put it? It's like $100 a month, but also it's well, it is a big bottle. I think it might have been 40 for a small bottle. So I think the really small bottles are 20, but really big bottles are like 100. But the only thing is, I would need it for at medicinal level. Like I see CBD. I've seen CBD oil stuff, CBD gummies and stuff in stores. Like I've seen them in stores. I've seen them in like gas stations quite a bit. I've seen them on gas stations. The problem is with the gas station stuff. That's not really the level for a medicinal level. Those are for people that want to take it for basic health benefits, I guess, or for gimmicks, I guess. Maybe for gimmicks. But for me, I need an actual medicinal level. I need something like you are taking CBD oil because you actually need it for a medical reason. That's basically why. So yeah, I would need it for an actual CBD oil thing. Well, it's supposed to have people with autism, but it's more for the PTSD I have. More for my PTSD. Okay, thanks, Soot. It's more for my PTSD than anything else. That's why I would need. That's what I would need CBD oil for. Actually, I don't know if you can really get CBD oil in the mail. I mean, it's legal where I live. CBD oil is, but I don't know if CBD oil is legal everywhere in the U.S. So I don't know. Reason for what? What's the reason for what? So, what was there? Okay. So yeah, plans for today. Cleaning my apartment for using the Pomodoro technique for 25 minutes. With some music playing. Let me check my laptop. See, it's getting warm. It's getting warm. Gotta unplug the power source. Okay. What else is there? Hmm. Anything else? Uh, I'm wondering. I'm wondering if I wonder if I should get like more proficient in mathematics and just get like a shirt that says "Please ask me to math." See if I can like get people to ask me math questions, and I can just become proficient in mathematics that way. Yeah, I'm not gonna hallucinate. I've had problems. I've had bad experience with hallucination before. So yeah, no. Yeah, sorry. Hmm. Hmm. I didn't have lunch, so I'm getting hungry. But probably gonna get some nuts for lunch. Uh, um, something that are actually, I mean, yeah, maths are really good for me. Language is what's really hard for me. Um, because when there is strict grammar, and there are strict rules of grammar, then it's easier for me to understand because like there are rules, there are definitions. Then I can understand language better. But when there are when there's interpretation, I don't really know what you want me to do. Um, like there was a question, like if there's an essay question, I will be very brief in answering the question, and I won't give very many points. So, and I wouldn't understand that. And then someone who was a college art teacher, went back to become a therapist, I think. He explained to me how he does it for essay questions. Basically, he writes it by paragraphs. If the essay question is worth 1 point, he writes one paragraph. If it's 2 points, he writes two paragraphs. If it's 4 points, he writes four paragraphs. So that's how that works. Like I don't really know how to write an essay because it's like, okay, how do I write an essay? People just assume I know how to write an essay because, people that aren't autistic are usually pretty capable of writing an essay, um, because it's just they're better language arts. Um, but me, it's like, okay, how many paragraphs do you want it to be? Like how, like walk me through the process. What are the steps of writing an essay so I know how to do it step by step? And I was trying to ask that in school, and teachers weren't willing to answer my questions. In fact, sometimes they just give me attitude if I ask these questions. So yeah, actually, Soot, do you want me to start, like giving? Because you said you have trouble with language sometimes. Do you want me to give you ideas like when you write things that are like aren't grammatically correct um, in the chat? If you want me to like say what, um, I can say that might be helpful. Some things that might be helpful because I know some words. You said something about definitions can be hard for you. I remember you said that. Like definitions of grammar. So I mean, if you want me to talk and just explain like some of the mistakes you're making as you make them, I can do that. If not, I can just let it go. So it's up to you. Okay. So up here, you said when I'm giving a 2,000 word limit, when I am see if that should be I am get when I am given, GIVEN, not when I am giving. Uh, Giving is I am giving. I am in the process of doling out. When I am given, it's reflexive. I am receiving. I am given. That's reflexive. The 2,000 word limit works, but in this sense, you might want to say minimum, 2,000 word minimum. It works much better because grammatically limit is correct, but minimum would be much easier for a person to understand. So the literal definition of limit would work because it's at the lower end, but minimum would be much more appropriate. And it says I can only get 1,000 words. Maybe you could say if I can only write 1,000 words, or if I can only use 1,000 words, or if I can only think of 1,000 words, that would work better. Um, I am like, what am I even supposed to write? Yeah, right there, two. TOO means also. So you want TO, right? It's the what's called gerund form of a verb. It's like the infinitive. It's the infinitive form of to write. It's TO space WRITE. It's to write. Use the infinitive form, not TOO. TOO is also or and extremely too much. And then have wrote. It should be have written. Um, I think that's past. It's like past. Yeah, it's past tense. Have wrote. That just doesn't work. It's have written. This just I'm not sure what the tense is called, but it's have written, not have wrote. And then still not gotten should be still haven't gotten. But then again, that's relaxed grammar. So depending on where you are, if you're in a If you're in a group of friends, still not gotten maybe correct because of how the friends talk. English, yeah, I've found that in English there are actually different levels of grammar, believe it or not. There's like a conversational grammar, and even the conversational grammar can be broken down into different levels. Um, there's like, if you talk to your friends in a very loose setting, you might talk very, you might break a lot of grammar rules. Or in rap, grammar rules are broken all the time. Versus um, if you're talking to someone in school, when your teacher's listening, you may want to use better grammar. If you're talking to your teacher in high school, better grammar still. Teacher in college, better grammar still. If you're writing a formal like paper, like an actual paper, like writing an essay, the higher level you go in college, with or university with writing papers, because when you actually form a report and write papers, that's when you need to use proper grammar. That's when the actual like specific grammar rules really matter. That's what a lot of times will determine your grade. So these are when you really need to pay attention. So it really depends on where you are and when you are. So like at a party, I mean, you can break grammar rules like crazy. But like if you're actually turning in like a formal paper, like a report to your boss or an assignment paper into your teacher, you need to use like as the best grammar you can, because it could make you give you a promotion at work, make you seem what's the word I'm looking for? Adequate, competent. That's what I'm looking for. It could make you seem competent at work, or it may make you get a better grade in school. So, especially because it can leave a better impression in your teacher's mind. Like, this person's using good grammar. If the student's using good grammar, it can make the teacher think this person knows what they're talking about and can subconsciously influence the teacher to give you a better grade. Versus if you use poor grammar, that can subconsciously cause the teacher to have a bias to give you a worse grade. And it's not necessarily something that can help. It's more of a subconscious bias, and that has to do with psychology. It's not like they're overtly trying to. Although there probably are some teachers like that, but honestly, it's a subconscious bias that can form. Everybody forms biases in different things, so it's just something you have to watch out for. And in colleges and universities, it really is like, yeah, a big thing. No, I'm not in school. A lot of these rules I've learned, I just remember a lot of words. I remember. Uh, I just tend to remember grammar. I tend to remember words too. I'm sorry about that, Soot. Of course, I'm not a grammarologist. There are tons and tons of resources for grammar. There are tons of books for grammar. If you want to learn grammar, you can go online for just type in grammar on YouTube, and you'll have an incredible number of videos on how to do grammar. You can type in. I mean, you don't even have to do that. You can, if you don't learn very well online because of too many distractions, you can just get a good old fashioned paper book. I don't have a degree. I have a Core 4 diploma from high school. You can just get, hey Vagabond, you can just get, actually best way to learn is still, they found, a hard copy book, just a paper book, and the best way to remember things is actually handwrite things, not type. So that's the best way to learn. So something you can get is English Grammar for Dummies. That helps. The only thing is, the English Grammar for Dummies is not a textbook. It's not. You can get it for $20 US. That's how much that's how much English Grammar for Dummies costs. In fact, I'll look it up right now on Amazon. I choose Amazon because it's easy for me, but you can go to your local bookstore, and you can go to your library if you want. You can probably find major libraries. Yeah, Basic English Grammar for Dummies, $13 US, $20 full price. And then English Grammar for Dummies Lifestyle, $20 full price, 16 on Amazon. Yeah, I mean, it's like $20. Here's something here. I don't know how good this would be. Complete English Grammar Rules. Farflex Grammar Book International. It's Volume 1. For $27. Yeah, all three are like $80. So, okay, well, yeah, it's like $20, $20 US for English Grammar for Dummies. That's something that might help you. Yes. This is actually a very small apartment. This is, um, and it's like $500, and that's just because I live downtown. So, and it is subsidized, and so, hey, Vagabond. Is it Waterstones? I'm sorry. What do you mean by Waterstones? So, do you mean bookstores or? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that was a typo or autocorrect. Like on Facebook, when I try to type in David Goggins, it always types David Higgins. Waterstones is like a bookstore. What exactly is a Waterstone though? It's like a bookstore. How's it differ? Oh, is Waterstones maybe a a is Waterstone like a line? Is it like a company? Yeah, it's a company bookstore. It's a bookstore. Yeah. I think that's an alert for my phone being at, yep, 15%. I'm gonna have to charge it. Yeah. A lot of what I have to do is just what's the next words? Yeah, sorry, my hair is a mess because that's I was outside in the sun. So hmm, that's just there. I just saw my eyebrows and I've got dead sexy eyebrows. I can't edit videos on my phone, but I'm just like I said, I'm focusing so much on cleaning my apartment right now. I don't really have much time for anything else. I'm mostly keeping my views up like I need to right now. I'm keeping my views up like I need to um, because it's just something YouTube needs me to do. But right now, I need to work on cleaning my apartment. That's the main thing. So I don't really have mental energy to really do much um, editing, unfortunately. I wish I did, but my apartment comes first, unfortunately. Way to go, Vagabond. Way to go. I actually find it interesting. If I do clean my apartment, I find it interesting how keeping it really clean for a month would affect my mood. Asian, I like Asian girls. Let's see now. I was gonna look something up. Oh yeah, the temperature here. So I have an app that I paid for that does it. It's 90 degrees right now. 90 degrees Fahrenheit here. Yep. I see. I'm thinking about getting. I'm kind of looking to gain the CRI genetics test because that goes back farther than the 23andMe genetics test. So see how far back I can go because it can go up to 50 generations. It's supposed to go back 1,000 years. So yeah. Oh, sorry about that, vagabond. There was a YouTube channel, a guy called Wounded Viking talking about ugly being a disability. Um, he said what you have to do is basically not focus on getting a girlfriend because the more you focus on getting a girlfriend, the more you focus on getting a girlfriend, you're going to waste your time because you're gonna spend all your energy on getting a girlfriend, and it's just gonna be a waste of time and energy. Whereas if you do all your energy on yourself and improving yourself, the girlfriend will be coming as a byproduct. Like if we see an ugly guy walk into a room with a hot girl, we assume that she's just there for his money. What we don't assume is that he spent so much of his time working on developing his business and to developing his job and to developing his wealth and to developing his profession. So because of that, we assume that he, or we don't really see that he put all the energy into developing himself, and the girlfriend was a byproduct of that. It's kind of like if you want a girlfriend, you have to have the girlfriend as a byproduct and not the goal. Have the girlfriend be the byproduct, and that's the only way to get a girlfriend. Uh, and he may be okay with her being there just for the money, but the girlfriend was the byproduct. Hmm. I need food, food, food. Sorry, I'm getting hungry again. What do I need? What do I need? I see a lot of rationalizing, I guess. It's not really. I guess I've seen a lot of rationalizing lately in the scientific community with like the multi origin of the species kind of thing. It seems like it's a lot of rationalizing more than based on actual evidence. So I'm like, it seems like rationalizing. Because like it makes sense. Well, my thing is that that statement alone of it makes sense sounds like rationalizing. Rationalizing can be correct, but also rationalizing can be based off of a bias. It's kind of like theorizing before you have any evidence, and if you theorize before you have any evidence, you twist facts to suit theories instead of theories to suit facts. That's from Sherlock Holmes, actually, believe it or not. No, I don't. Yeah, actually, um, Sherlock Holmes in one of his short stories, can't remember which one. Yeah, Sherlock Holmes, one of his short stories said, "I have no evidence." Is a capital mistake to theorize before one has any evidence. One twists theories, one twists facts to suit theories, and theories to suit facts. So that's part of rationalizing. Um, like I said, a lot of times you twist facts to suit theories instead of theories to suit facts. So, so basically, you come up with a solution with you come up with something that's a conclusion that may be wrong simply because you interpreted the facts differently than you would have if you had the facts before you started theorizing. I don't know what you mean by Spurg. I'm not going to Spurg. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Well, the truth. The thing was with the truth, people think they know the truth a lot of times, and it's like a lot of times it's like, what's the real truth? Because you're fed one truth your entire life, and then you learn later on to start thinking for yourselves. Well, a few people learn to start thinking for themselves, thankfully. It's until you start thinking for yourself that you begin to try to figure out what the truth is. Because when you're a kid in school, you're basically taught to regurgitate what you're told. So it's not teaching, it's indoctrination. You're indoctrinated as a kid. So you're not really learning the truth, you're just indoctrinated to what they want you to believe is the truth. So, okay. Yeah, I mean, like in school, I was indoctrinated to believe you could trust teachers with your safety, and that was a lie. That was a lie. If I could trust teachers with my safety, I wouldn't have post-traumatic stress disorder. So yeah, you can't trust teachers with your safety. Probably gonna end this soon because I've had about all I can talk about. Mm. What else is there? Anything I want to talk about in this note on? I really want to be able to focus on doing more than one thing at a time, but in order to be able to do that, it would take years of training. Because people say you can't do more than one thing at a time. I believe I can, but it'll just take years to get to that point. Years of adaptation, um, years of increasing the size of my corpus callosum. Um, it'll take years of work, and unfortunately, I don't have years to get everything taken care of with my apartment. So I just have to focus everything on my apartment just because it's what I need to do now. But yeah, people say you only do one thing at a time, and multitasking is bad. Well, it's like, I mean, I've been told one thing. It's like we're taught to trust, we're taught to trust experts and people in authority. Look at Stanley Milgram's obedience to authority experiment showed. Um, but it's like, how should I put it? If you look at the actual tests between men and women with multitasking, it's like clearly women multitask better than men. I mean, they performed more tasks. They perform more tasks correctly than men. I mean, if you look at a test result, like if it's a simple test, like a quiz, it's like they got more answers right than men in that case. So a multitasking quiz. it's a quantitative, not even qualitative, it's quantitative data proving that women are better, they're getting more things right at multitasking than men. So I don't care what someone's trying to theorize with saying men and women are just good multitasking because, oh, you don't multitask as well, because when you multitask, you don't perform as well as if you're doing one thing. It's like, no, it clearly shows quantitatively, not qualitatively. It's like you can't argue with numbers clearly demonstrating that women were able to perform more tasks correctly than men while doing multiple tasks at the same time. This is like cold hard numbers. This is proof. I don't care what you're saying about trying to theorize your way out of it. It's like this clearly shows they're able to perform better. So, yeah, I mean, but that's just that's what the case is in that case. I didn't vote actually. Sure, so that would work. But here's the great thing. Um, when it comes to I'm not sure who you're talking about. What you're talking about, Mikasa. I think it's from Attack on Titan, but I don't really know. But um, I think that the reason why, from what I understand, probably the reason why women are better at multitasking than men is because a better corpus callosum. Women have, through brain scans, been found to have a larger corpus callosum and a larger prefrontal cortex. I don't know if the prefrontal cortex really has anything to do with the multitasking. It does with socialization. That's why a lot of times women are more social. So the prefrontal cortex is larger in women, but also the corpus callosum is larger in women, which allows women to have more things they can do at one time. So I'm going to try to train my brain to be able to have a larger corpus callosum and be able to handle more in one thing at one time. Or it could have been evolved as a troglodytic response to being home takers and having to have to take care of the home, and take care of children, whereas men in Neolithic times would be hunters and they would like women to be out gathering and taking care of children at the same time, whereas hunters would basically be out focused on finding the prey, so they'd be focused on doing one thing. Yeah. So men would have to focus on one thing. That's something you might have trouble with. Is the smaller corpus callosum could help with focus because there's not as much distraction. It's kind of like not as much wasted energy. Mm. what else is there? I guess a lot of what I have to do is learn to adapt and whatnot. So I'm actually not learning. I'm actually going to look up steps on what to do. Like, I guess a lot of what I have to do is learn from other people. There's actually something very interesting. There's a bird, a very common bird here in the U.S. called a crow. I'm sure you've heard of it. The crow is actually very intelligent. It's not the most intelligent bird, but what separates the crow from a lot of birds is they live in flocks, and they do flock, and they do go on their own sometimes. But actually, I don't know if they live in flocks or not. But basically, they're very common, and if one crow has an idea and it works, it will keep doing that. But if a second crow sees the first crow do that idea and it works, the second crow will use that idea for its advantage. Crows learn from each other. Crows, if one crow has an idea, crows will start learning from other crows, and crows will pick up useful information from other crows. So people need to be like the crow in that sense, that if one person has a good idea, other people need to start doing the idea. So that's something that I like about crows is you can actually train crows to like. Here's the thing: there's a guy on TED. He actually trained crows to pay for birdseed over time. He trained wild crows to collect quarters from the streets and stuff to pay for birdseed. Just wild crows would in the area would bring quarters to his machine to pay for birdseed. He did that over time. Just because one crow would learn from other crows that that's what you do. And they would get birdseed. They'd pay for birdseed. So yeah, it's just something interesting. But I'm gonna probably call it in about a minute, just because it's a good time to call it. But yeah, I need to really train my brain to adapt. That's the thing. I need to train my brain to adapt to any situation. Yeah, I need to train my brain to adapt, and the only way to do that is keep putting under stress, keep putting in new situations. Oh, the bag was for when I rap. So yeah, like 20 seconds left. I'm gonna try probably if I can't rap for the entire length of the live stream, I'm going to try to talk the entire length of the live stream as practice for never running out things to say and just keep on being able to have lyrics without stopping. I do, but I don't really use them. So, all right, I'm gonna call it. Yeah, do I do NoFap? I basically, how should I put it? The NoFap. I will go for a few days without doing it, and then I'll fail, and then I'll get back on it. So I am trying it. Like I relapse, I get back on. I relapse, I get back on. So it's not like I haven't given up. It's not like I haven't been completely off. So it's like I'm not completely successful, but I'm not a complete failure. It's like something I really am working on. So, yeah. All right. I'm calling it. It's been a good chat with everyone. Definitely going to do a chat next Wednesday. I'll let you know if I'll do a chat tomorrow or Monday. But yeah, see ya.